Hello everyone, how are you doing today? This is BNP TV and your show, The Standpoint. As usual, we are very delighted to be here again, and I'm so honored to have my young brothers today. Before we get into the topic, let me welcome them. I would start with a man sitting on my left side. His name is Eric Burunziza. Hello, brother. You welcome.
Thank you very much. So, hello everyone. For those who are watching us, I'm very grateful for the invitation, and I'm very excited to be with you today. My name is Burunziza Eric. So, just very pleased to be with you and to discuss with you today.
Well, I'm also with another brother of mine here. His name is Don Destin. It's a pleasure as well to have him in the studio, and I can ask him to share his greetings with you guys.
Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing well, whether you are watching this program that I know and I think that you enjoy a lot. As he mentioned, my name is Don Destin Iriho. I am a Tujenge scholar, and I'm very pleased and excited to be in this program, sharing with you on different things that we will be talking about. And yeah, I hope that it will be a lot of fun, and we're gonna have a lot of discussion that is impactful and meaningful for all of us. Thank you.
Well, that's really amazing. I really love this introduction. I wish he were a journalist here. So I'm telling you guys, he could be, the most influential guy. The way you could hear him, talking and introducing this. And as you could hear, he's part of a Tujenge program. So let us, both of them, by the way, and let us maybe ask Eric Murunziza to tell us a little bit more about it.
Oh, yeah. Actually, this is something I've forgotten. I'm also from Tujenge Scholar program. It's a leadership program where we thrive as young people just to become the future leaders, the leaders of tomorrow. So we are combining leadership skills and academic growth together so that we may pursue our studies as students, but also think about leadership qualities. What is likely to be a leader? What will sound to be a good leader in community or society? So that's what we are doing. So we are very pleased to be with you today and to discuss with you everything.
Well, it's a privilege for us to be with you guys, and I guess it's a privilege also for our viewers who are watching us today, and benefit from you guys. And the topic that we'll be dealing with today is not far from leadership, or I guess, or just education, because today we're gonna be talking over, dowry. Dowry. So should we keep or abandon the dowry practice in Burundi? That's the topic of the day. And I'll go straight to the first question, and I will ask Don Destin, and you're gonna follow to reply to the same question. Do you think the dowry practice still relevant in the country today? I mean, Burundi?
So my standpoint about these things, or this issue on dowry, because first of all, it's a thing that we have in our culture, and that's made us who we are as Burundian. It's part of our identity, and we have had that for such a very long time, since our forefathers, from our ancestors. They're having this practice of giving dowry as a kind of reward from the man's family or from the boy's family, to thank the parents of the lady, of the girl, or of the girl, to thank them for have raised their daughter, so that lady will become the future wife of that man. And I think it's a good thing to do, because first of all, it's one of the things to strengthen the relationship and the bonds between families. And I think it should be being perpetuated and keeping on being practiced, because it's all about strengthening this relationship, this bonded with this, like, how do we value the other person? Because it's not only about a family who is marrying another family, but it also another way of understanding as Burundian, and way of understanding what is it like, what it is a family in the Burundian understanding of a family. And I think, and I believe that it's a practice, or it's a thing that should be keep on being practiced, because it gives meaning to the married, to the families, and just to strengthen the bondage and the relationship between the two families, engaging in that union of marrying and uniting this new couple.
Well, thank you very much. And let's listen to Brother Eric. What's your say over that?
Oh, yeah, as my brother has said, dowry is something which is existing in our culture, Burundi, and even in other places, other countries, is the practice. But I really accept that it's facilitating, strengthening the bondage between the families, how they interact, how they can share this experience of coming one huge, big family together. Yeah, but we take another side that dowry is, for me, I will be talking about my opinion.
Of course, and I know you'll be standing for so many guys out there.
Yeah. So I will take an opposite side that I don't think that in our modern day, modern time, that dowry is still relevant, because it's true that dowry may help people to be together as a family, to strengthen the linkage, the bondage between them, but also I think that it is not the thing which is more relevant to make this, because for me, I consider it as being something as a business. So if you say dowry, a man's family come and paying, I just have seen that they even bargain. When they are discussing which amount should we pay, and they say, we want to pay this, other may refuse to accept. So I see it as no different from going in the market and buy something like tomato or whatever. So this is the first point, which in my view, the way I view dowry is it's a business. So the other things that, I have this sense that it creates a sense of inequality when people are still when people are already in their household, because it gives pride to a man as someone who owns another one. Because imagine, just take an example, a man who has paid 10 million for a wife, whatever. So I still think that there's gonna be this sense that I own the wife. So this will create a sense of superiority and inferiority. So which turns the favor to, which works in favor of a man rather than a woman. And we already know that nowadays just feminism is a thing. So women also want to get their equality. Equality. So it is speaking that perspective is it's not promoting the feminism. So I'm talking as a feminist. So yeah, just may talk about many things but I'm still speaking on my opinions.
Of course.
So yeah, the other thing is dowry as it's a unnecessary expense. The money you are paying, so the family, the new family, the husband, the wife, they could use it for other expenses. Creating their own business, which can help their family thrive economically.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for your input. And just for people who are, not really getting what we are talking about, just try to break down the topic. The only word I can explain is dowry. Dowry is a kind of, some people can take it as a payment, but it's not a payment. It's just kind of an exchange of maybe gifts that one family gives to another when it comes to the wedding of their children. So in some countries you find that, it's the bride's, bride's family that is giving the dowry. For example, in the Indian culture, you find the daughter of a given man or her family that is bringing the money or the other thing to the other family. But mostly in Africa, you find that it's the groom's family that is giving, something as a reward to the family of the partner, So here I want to ask, I will bounce, from your last point, whereby I talked about it's just even an unnecessary expense. And here I will ask the same question to Brother Don Destin. And if it can't even be like a hindrance, because we know here in the country, especially in Burundi, some young people are, facing, are facing, financial problems. You find they are not even able to get to that, big ceremony of a wedding, or just they cannot tie the knot because they lack means. So don't you think it's a hindrance? Or even those who don't have the money, don't you think they are just, spending for nothing?
So my argument will be, I understand what my friend Eric is talking about, that for when we try to analyze it in our modern era, or in what is being done nowadays, we may think about it as a way of bargaining or exchanging somebody with something else, like buying something money, or buying someone with money. But I think that we have misunderstood what is dowry per se. It's not about buying the other person with your own money that you have been struggling and hustling, running mountains after mountains to get that money and go to buy that person. But it's kind of to showing that you are thankful for the daughter, the lady's family, for having brought up the lady, your partner, your wife, that you're gonna be engaged with for the rest of your life, if of course death doesn't intervene, that you're gonna be spending your life all together. And I think that maybe today the original meaning or the original concept of it, which was there so many years ago for our forefathers, our ancestors, maybe today we have changed it, we have tilted it in another direction by thinking that you are here, you are my wife because I bought you, because I paid my dowry from my own money. So I have all kind of like duty, or I have all permission to do whatever thing I want to do with you because I get you free with my own money. But I think that instead of looking at it as a way of exchanging or a marketing place or a marketing thing, but we should look at it as a way of creating this bondage. It's not about being hindering, but there's also another thing that I criticize how these practice of dowries is done these days, because in most of families we see like a father having different daughters, and he will be saying like, for all my daughters, that is like a worth that I kept for myself for one period. And I think and I hope to record or to harvest a lot of money from these daughters. And I think it's a way, it's a thing that we have misunderstood about the dowry or the union of the children. It's not about getting money or exploiting money from the man for you, the father of the lady, to become rich or to get much more money or to amass and hold so many wealth. But it's a way of creating these bonds and to strengthen them, to unite more those families.
Thank you for your take, Brother Don. And I'll just ask our brother Eric, don't you think when you don't do it, as he was saying, people are just, taking it as they misunderstood it. They are doing it in a very bad way, not the right one. So I just want to know, don't you think that in the country, especially, as he was saying, when you do it, you get blessings from your fathers and families. But when you don't do it, sometimes you find you just go your own ways. What you say in Kirundi Guchikira, you just marry without, passing to the, civil states and all stuff. And I want to know, don't you think it's a disrespect when you do it without, without giving dowry to the family of your future wife?
Oh yeah. In some cases, just when it happens that like a husband married without paying the dowry. In some cases, you may hear, if it happens, that quarreling. I mean, maybe when they have like a problem. Some cases I've heard some. You may hear like a wife complaining, "What are you doing? You know, you did not pay dowry." They say, you know,
Sure.
and it is something like shocking.
Sure.
As a man, you will hear, "Oh, there's something actually missing," and it's the same for also a wife. So in a community and society, people will be like whispering, say, "Oh, this one, she didn't get dowry."
Right.
So it's all about that. So I think maybe the way we now understand it, it's a bad one, but still the way we are still practicing it, it's also a giving. I mean, for me, it's a giving. Like it's not relevant. It's something we should keep nowadays. I mean, nowadays life or whatever. But I don't even know that. Is that why only money or because
No, yeah, sure. Because today what we use so much is money, but in the country, many people would use even like cars mostly.
Yeah.
Depending also upon the families. Because like for example, when you go to countryside, you find some families that are not really well off, that don't have enough means or let's say properties. They just given sometimes even goats. You see, depending upon the places, because when you go to those remote places, up countries, you find they're not really giving, so much. I mean, things that are so worthy. Let me call it so. But today, the modern day is made by money. So you find, they just give money that is maybe equivalent to 2 cars, depending also upon the pocket of someone, the financial state of somebody, depending upon the situation of each family. So here, I just want to know, and this question applies to everyone. We are talking about, giving dowry, and sometimes we give it as a pride, it's an honor, it's saying respect, and we are being grateful to the family that has raised the daughter until, because we suppose that the daughter maybe was taking care of the family of her young brothers and sisters, her siblings, doing the home, work activities, or maybe, the cows, maybe going to fetch water, kind of, examples. Then I want to know, don't you think also the boy, the groom, was doing that in his home? Why the other family is not supposed to give the same thing? Why is it the family from the boy that is supposed to give? It is obliged to give the dowry.
So my position or my way of understanding how these things work is that it's like when you try to look how was the practice done in a couple of years ago, when you try to look at the old Burundi, or how in a couple of years ago, we found out that women or ladies were the one of taking care of their families, and they were just there to make sure that everything was being done properly and accordingly to assure the status view of the family among the community. And what was the reason why that it was only for men to go and just to give that dowry, not for the lady's family to provide us, was that when it was the time of marrying the lady would quit or would just say goodbye to his family, to his neighborhoods, parents, and siblings by saying, goodbye, I'm heading to another family. Because there's these traditional songs that we sing on marriages when we hear singers sing the Burundian songs, which goes like, bye bye ndagiye, or something like that. And most of the time we realize that the lady would quit the family and to go and take care of the family of the man. He will be living the whole of her life there, and he will no longer be now responsible for what is happening in her family. What about the cows? What about the lands to cultivate? Now she will be much more focused on the family, the properties, the land, the cows, and what is going on in her husband's family. So it was like the lady was taken out from her family and brought to another different family. That was the reason why it was only men who were obliged to pay the dowry to the family, the family of the lady, just because we are losing someone. So that's where I would stand. That for both men and women, you say thank you for have raised your partner, and
well, they do it, or I don't know whether you have seen it. Actually, in the party of dowry, you find there are gifts. Even the guy, not really that one, to parents, because you give a gift to the father, to the mother, or the daughter.
But that's not
the same, of course.
Meaningful.
Yeah.
And even if I know with this kind of things happen,
sure.
but we don't regard it as very meaningful as a dowry, because a dowry is something else.
Absolutely.
Because it's a way of, I'm here because I want to thank you for the lady. But what's done at the end of the ceremony, the symbol of offering gifts to the parents on both sides, I think we shouldn't consider that as a way to something to replace it, because it's among the traditional culture and tradition of when you get a visit, you have to
okay.
to offer him a gift.
Meaning it's not a recognition of the other family, bringing up their son until.
I would give the meaning to those kind of gifts as thank you for being with us during this party, and we really appreciate. So as a way of acknowledging this, we offer you this gift, but it doesn't have the same connotation as the dowry, because for dowries, I think it's very big.
Yeah, sure. Okay. What's your take?
Oh yeah, I mean this guy is he's saying almost everything. But what I would like is that if we can understand why the dowry, why is it practiced? I mean, my answer just would be no. For me, I think that it's because of it's a patriarch. I mean, we are from patriarchal society, and patriarchy, men dominate. I mean, the question I used to ask myself, why? I mean, as we have traditionally, why men? I mean, why bringing a wife to a man, not the other way around? I mean, I consider it as a sign of that patriarchal we are talking about. I mean, but we cannot ignore that nowadays. Things are evolving, things are changing. In the past years, so women were not allowed to go to school, if we may agree on that. But now they go to school, so they get the same education as men. So now there is that everyone to be equal. So to be equal. So I mean, understand that now we cannot just talk about like bringing a wife to a man. Rather, it should be like people meeting and be united and just start their life together. I mean, it is in that way that dowry is not still relevant in that situation, because I come, and we meet together, and we start our life together. So the manner I would have I should use to give, if I say to buy, I don't know, but to give to your family. So why not using it for our life together? I mean, for well-being of our family. So doing something like which would benefit our own family. So I mean, dowry, I don't think that's...
Well, I guess this is a how can I say? It's a very relevant point, because when talking about new families, we just have to focus also on financial situation, because without that you'll not be able to survive. And again, we know the circumstances that many Burundians are facing today. That's why sometimes you thought about, oneness, family giving to the other family, they just become, one.
United.
They unite very well. But here what we forget sometimes, it's not all about the union of the families, but it's also the union of the man and the woman, the male and the female. Just one person, they become, two persons, they become one. And maybe the families will come after to complete. So, but if the union of the two persons fail, even the other union might fail. So you see, so why do they have to bother themselves looking for, dowry when they not even be able to prevail for maybe 1 year or some months? Whereas they used all the money into ceremonies, parties, paying dowries, because, there are even some families that give more than 10 millions for a dowry. But there are even those who don't have the means to give it. But you find they are compelled to do so. So don't you think it's really just a burden to the new couple?
So as I've said it, yes, it's all about because we have misunderstood what does it mean, that dowry. Because as I've said, as my brother Eric have said it, it's nowadays it seems as if you are bargaining about the cost of the lady, how much this lady costs, depending on how much money the parents of the lady has invested in the education, in the growing of the lady. But personally, I think and I believe that parents should not be hard and harsh at the other young men by saying that you should pay this in order to get my daughter. But because I know there's many cases all around Burundi, and I think it's almost the same thing when you try to see all around Africa or all around the world, when we see that a couple failed to marry, not that because they don't love each other, but because the family have not agreed on how much or what's gonna be the contract of the dowry. But I think and I believe that it's a suggestion that I would make to make easier the thing was that in order for it to be an assigned value or something to be assigned by the parents, it should rather be like the decision of the man himself or the family of the man, and also for the family of the lady, and to decide how much money they are going to give or to offer the other family as a sign of acknowledging and thanking the other family for have brought up their child. Because when you are engaging in a marriage, you as a man or as a lady, you know that the family of this person has so very much invested in the education, in the growth, to sustain him being alive till this day. And you should be thankful of that. And within your heart, and also according to your financial state and to your economical, how is your pocket is doing at that very moment, you can then talk with your heart and say, as a sign of saying thank you, or as a sign of acknowledging what has been done to my partner, I decide or I offer these things, this number of cows, or this amount of money as a way of, I say thank you. And I think also family should be not very harsh to accept the amount of money that is given to them. They should accept is like, wow, this person is acknowledging that you have done a lot for our child. And we are also happy for their union, and we're also happy that our child or our kid, our son or our daughter is going to make a better life with his or her partner. So my standpoint is that, to put all that in a nutshell, is that instead of the parents for them to determine how amount of money should be paid or should be offered as a dowry, it should rather be for the man's decision to say, as a way of acknowledging what has been done regarding and according to my pocket, regarding of the debts that I have towards others around me, according to how I plan my future, I decide to offer these. Because another thing that I believe is that in dowry, I think it's one of the things that most of people we have as a misconception, or we have misunderstood about the dowry. Like the union of you, the man and the woman, is not only made by that only dowry. It's not only meaningful because you have paid the dowry. There are a lot of things which are playing a certain roles in your union. Because I think and I believe that even after the union, you will still be acknowledging the how much, how the a lot of efforts, what are the things which have gone into the growth, the education of your partner. Because when your parents-in-law will be sick, you will be the one to take care of them. When your parents will be having different problems with their neighbors, with their society, with the police or whatever, you'll be the one to take in charge of that. So it doesn't only stop with the dowry, but it goes beyond.
Yeah, sure.
Because the parents also will feel this pride, or they will be also like they will be benefiting for this union when the couple will be getting the fruits of their union. By that I mean children. So you as a grandparents, you as a mother or as a father, seeing your grandchildren coming to you, and just you feel that moment, and you as a person, as a grandma, as a grandpa, you will feel very touched, you will feel very proud that your daughter or your son have get to something that you are proud of. And you will be also proud that you have not been a hindrance or an obstacle to that union by imposing you should pay this or this or this. But instead of being an obstacle, you have been a facilitator of that joy. You have been someone who make these things happen, and you feel like, wow, that's why. That's one thing I would say about that would that. In order to complicate things, you should be facilitated and.
Yeah, sure. Well, just maybe the last question. Let's just move a little bit to some other cultures. Let's talk about India now. As I said, you find if the bride's family, the bride's family that is giving the dowry. So according to you, is it a good thing, or it's not really good for a man to get the dowry?
Just if I try to jump in a little bit on that new perspective, because we are not accustomed
Absolutely.
to that. Yeah, actually, honestly speaking, maybe I don't know that much about India, but what I know is that it's just a price from the bride. It's a bride price. Is it how you say?
Bride price.
It's a bride price from the bride family. Maybe we should look at the meaning they give to it, if it is the same as what we give to dowry. But for me, I'm convinced that they are doing as also like a way of giving, thanks, thanking the other family for the fact they raised the child, now we are talking about the child, the son, the fact that they invested, that much so that the child may grow up in good conditions and whatever. I'm assuming, so I'm not saying that I already know what is happening.
No matter the reasons, you go ahead.
So I think this is what they are doing. I may think that it is not different from our culture. Maybe what is different is that here it's a man giving, there it's a woman giving. But we can't maybe say it's different. The meaning they're giving, they're attributing to that concept. So I think it's still a way of being grateful. Being grateful for accepting to come to.
And how do you deem it? How do you deem it? Like can you be judgmental a little bit about it? How do you assess it? What's your analysis?
So this new concept for me, I think Just I will still stand on the. I will still. I mean, stand against
Against.
against that because, I mean, yeah, people have like appreciated themselves and they have made this decision to be together and to grow. To growing together and like two people become one and they thrive and I mean, making their life until the end. So I think the dowry doesn't mean that this is the thing which is strengthened, which make them, I mean, live better than. I mean, it is the way, I mean, the way they love each other. The way they love each other and the way, other factors, so many factors may be included,
Yeah, sure.
which make the family to grow and be in a good life, experience a good and a happy life, not the dowry. Mm-hmm. So for both cases, though different the way it is done, but I think the bride price and the dowry both were, for me, are not relevant to be kept because they are not the ones to define if they I mean to like to define this family will be like a happy or we experience a better life, you know. So for me, I think it's not relevant.
Well, thank you. Let's ask the same question to Brother Destin shortly.
Okay. So for me, I'm not the right person to say if the dowry or the bride price, which one is good, because it's all about how society understands these things and how do they have chosen to understand these things and how these things works. But as I've said before, I would stand with the point that if as it is done in India or in other different places around the world, where it's the lady's family to offer that price, I don't have any problem with that. But the thing should be that whatever you are offering is not going to be a hindrance for the other person, like so that it not be like that it will be easy for him to afford and to express his gratitude to you as the family. And I also think that instead of being from one side, it should be from both sides.
From both sides.
And I keep on repeating it, is that it should be on both sides, and it should also not be imposed by the family of whoever, either the parents of the man or the lady, but it should rather be the decision of the person himself. He will go at some point, will listen to his heart according to his pocket regarding what he thinks or what he wish for the future and how he thinks about thanking these parents. And he will decide in a sign of gratitude, as a sign of acknowledging I offer this. And I think parents should not be judgmental about this by saying like this family got much more money than I do. But it's all about, yes, understand that that's what that person can afford. And whatever, either it be so much or less, it comes from the heart as a way of appreciating and being graceful and merciful for what you've done for his partner. Thank you.
You're welcome. As you could see, it's really hard to get common ground here, but I guess we can find. Still, it's all about willingness. When the new couple is willing to do it, it's really good. But as a Burundian, sometimes I feel like it's really hard for me to be natural. Like, sometimes I feel like it's really good to do it, but it shouldn't be like a burden, as we say. It shouldn't be a setback. You know, you have to let people free, and do it. You know, from deep. You know, from you know. Yes,
from their heart.
From the bottom of their heart. Sure, I was looking for the word. Sorry, and then it's all about, you know, the new way to get ready for what they want to do, and then, you know, help the generations to come to be fulfilling their will. What is to, you know, to perpetuate or to keep up with the love, because, you know, sometimes we see that, you know, many families, you know, encounter different, you know, problems when they get married because of, you know, so many factors. We can't elaborate them here today, But let us just go to the next section, and then we see what's gonna come. You know, quiz time. Well, this is the other section of the standpoint, and I have just one question or two. Let me say two, and the first one goes like this, and both of you guys will answer to it, to them. Sorry. We've been talking about India, so there is a recent marriage that happened. I mean, it's not because so many marriages I know they are happening even now, but there is a recent one that took the attention of the whole world. What is that family? And there was even a famous singer who was invited there. What is that family, and who was the singer?
Wow. I think you might know.
You might know. Yeah. Okay, come on.
Yeah, just I'm good at remembering.
The family is very well off. It's a very rich family. That's why in India, of course. That's why people got to know it. Otherwise, they couldn't even maybe notice. And also, they invited a superstar.
Yeah. So I think I've seen that news, but I'm not recalling the names. I don't even know. I don't even know. I knew.
At least you can remember the famous singer.
The singer was. I mean, what I know is that the family it's the richest. It's the richest family in India. It's among the businessmen.
Yeah, sure.
But the singer, I will be just speculating. I'm having a confusion between two. The one I'll guess between. I don't recall the exact name. The singer.
The right person.
We give you the right to pick between the two. Okay, no problem.
I will guess between Rihanna and the other one be who is Rihanna, Beyonce, among the two.
You got the first one. You got it.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
Rihanna.
And she was even given 1 million for performing.
In terms of millions, maybe
yeah,
2 million.
$2 million.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Perform.
Yeah, just to perform for
30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can get it. You didn't know that? Oh, the family, nobody can get the name.
I've heard of that, but I'm that guy who doesn't follow much more about music.
About
richest guy in the world.
Wealthy guys, you know.
That guy.
Hey.
No, but I've heard of a marriage when Rihanna was invited, but I never thought of going and do the research if it was in India. Because there's another marriage, I don't know who was the guy. I think it happened in France. I don't remember who was the guy, but it was among the richest person in Europe who happens to sell something related to brand of wearing gloves, if not luxury stuff. And if I do remember, they borrowed, I don't know if it was in hotel or something, or I don't remember the hotel or the house they borrowed for a couple of days, and it was so very expensive, that wedding.
Yeah,
very
sure.
expensive.
Very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
People who have money know how
to use it. Absolutely. So the family is Ambani. Ambani. So let's go to the last question. Sorry, before the last section. So here I'll ask you. I hope you guys, everyone knows who is the hero of the independence of our country. Yeah? So I just want to know was the year of his marriage and his partner, his wife, the name of her. What was the yeah?
History.
Who is the hero of the independence, first of all?
Yeah.
Every Burundian should know that.
I sure every Burundian.
I think usually Burundian should know that.
We cannot maximize it 100%. But yeah, almost everyone.
I think, and I hope and I believe so. So the hero of independence was Prince Julie Rwagasore, and
His wife?
His wife, if I do recall well, her name was Marie Rose or something.
Yeah, you're right. You.
Rose.
And but we have to get what we call the last name. But what I always consider as the first name is Burundian. So I hope you can feel me.
The Burundian name.
Okay, Marie Rose. And about the year they got married?
The year they got married, I think it was in 19, if not 59, it was 1960.
Because you know the day, I mean the time he was killed, he was assassinated. He's trying to guess. Anyway, he got the part of the answer, so maybe you can complete and we get the full answer.
Also, I know also the Marie Rose, but it's something I don't know the last name.
Okay, Nami Kevio.
And the year.
Nami Kevio. Nami Kevio.
Yeah, and the year also what I had in my mind is around 57 up to 59.
So I can see everyone is guessing here. So you were right. The first year that you gave, it was in 1959.
I got it.
12 September. You got it. You guys have. You follow the history. That's really good. That's really great. So let's go to the last section that we call We Are Gifted. Well, this is the 10 points last section. We are gifted. We do believe that each and everyone is gifted in the world. So I want to know today, I have two young people who are really talented. I feel it. So I just want to know. But let's start by Brother Eric. Have you ever discovered your talent, your gift?
Oh, actually, I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's hard to define what is a talent for me. I mean, I used to hear people talking about a talent. You are talented in something, but I don't know. Can you give me a gist of it? What it is?
What do you mean,
talent.
By talent,
because it may happen that people we may think of a talent. And
of course, a talent is that thing. How can I say? It's not even a thing. It's a quality that you find is used by someone. Mostly even to generate income. Sometimes you find still potential, but when you use it effectively, it will definitely give you something. You see, but sometimes people are not even aware of it. They are not aware of their gifts or their talents. And then when you don't cultivate it, when you don't water it, it can even disappear. So that's why sometimes we need to discover what we are able of doing and use it for
in a productive
way.
In
a productive way. So maybe I don't know whether maybe it's not a unitary definition. Maybe it has several meanings, but I guess that's the main meaning that I can give, because a talent that can bring bread on the table, for me, it's not really a talent or it's not a gift. But I know you're still young, but maybe you are still working on your talents. Maybe you say, I do believe one day I will use my talent or use my gift, or maybe sometimes you use them and sometimes you got something out of it.
Yeah, so the thing for me is that, so I used to hear my friends tell me, so is that I do a lot of things. But while doing that, for me, I don't consider myself as being like talented in those things. But I used to hear, sometimes it's just my friends, other people tell me you have talent. So among the things that's to do, but the first one may say, at least I may assume I have a talent in that. It's soccer, playing soccer. Yeah, football, playing soccer. What we call football.
Yeah, you are passionate about it. Also, we forgot to talk about maybe your passion, because you find that many people, when they are passionate about something, you find their gift is there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is something I dedicate much time to that. And even
you score so many times when you're playing. You kick the ball and you find it.
Yeah. So while playing this, I prefer playing as a striker.
As a
What
striker.
we call number 9.
Yeah, sure.
The one
Pointer,
that-
something.
Yeah,
makes
something.
goals.
That's
The one
why.
who makes goals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You score most
Ah,
of the time.
yeah. Sometimes I do, not every day. So yeah, football. Yeah, I can
Sometimes
say.
you should be doing because when you're a striker, you have to.
Yeah, but
it's
also,
your role.
sometimes
Yeah,
it's
I
about
know. It's all about games.
Yeah, it's about like.
But when you meet like a defender like Piqué or like Ramos or Virgil van Dijk,
Yeah, the thing is that even the games just we play locally, just you find that people who are like acting like I'm Ramos, I'm whoever, so they be like trying to defend you to not score. But yeah, this is something I really feel I'm attracted to. So this is something I really feel I'm deep in that. It's only like playing, but also watching. So I enjoy both watching and playing, practicing at the same time.
Can watching generate something? Because playing, I do believe, can generate when you keep doing that. You keep exercising yourself. At the end of the day, you will maybe go in a given team, and maybe you go into competitions. You get something out of it. But watching, staying on couch, I'm afraid.
No, it can. It can. So there are people who have just
betting.
Betting also. But also there are other who have come up with this like idea. They breed like a salary.
This guy is a good investor. I really like this brilliant idea.
Yeah, they are getting.
Right,
I used to see, for example, when El Clasico is playing.
Yeah, true.
You just find so many people.
True.
And they even increase the price.
Yeah, sure.
You have to pay like double or triple or whatever.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Triple, sorry.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
It's a
You're right. I forgot that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You have to think out of the box.
Oh yeah.
You're right. Sure. So, but see, I'm in trouble today because when I invite my guests, I expect them to perform their gift or their talents. So I'm gonna perform soccer here. Anyway, let's shift to our brother.
But the other thing that I enjoy a lot is. Though I'm just, for me, I don't know if it's a factor for underestimating myself. I also enjoy singing. But I still consider myself as not like somebody.
Just give us a chorus of, you enjoy singing, so a chorus of one song that you like the most.
Oh, I like the most. It's a gospel.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Here we are Christians.
I just am thinking about my voice.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
let me. So there's this song I really enjoy. It is a song which was like, how do you say, crafted by Maverick. It's Mavericks. It's a choir, Mavericks.
Yes, I know.
It's called the story I will tell.
The story I will tell.
Yeah,
Okay, just the chorus. Just try to shorten.
chorus.
Yes, very interesting.
Let's go, because let me think. And I'll testify of the battles you won, the wars you party, the waves that I walked, singing, oh, 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 my God did not fail. Oh, 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 that's a story I'll tell. Oh, 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 I know it is way. Oh, 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 that's a story I'll tell.
Wow, thank you very much. You see, he's even a beautiful voice. Well, let's then ask our brother, don't just stay.
Wow, like, where am I going to start with?
You have so many gifts. By the way,
I won't call them gifts, but I would call them passions. Many things I'm passionate about. As my friend Eric mentioned, I'm a sport guy, but I like most basketball and badminton.
Hey.
Yeah, these are my two favorite games that I love to play. And What else? Another thing that I like to do is that I would call that I'm gifted at is doing art, like drawing and just do refinement of some other person's work. Because I don't know if I might call it, if I might call myself a refiner or someone, but I feel like in my heart, when I see that someone is doing something, I can realize that there's something missing in his work. And then I'll say, could you do this and it will be more perfect.
Especially in art or
Art,
in
yes.
other domains.
Yeah, especially for art. Because even though I'm not that good at drawing, but I really like to draw because it's a way of expressing my mind, what is moving around in my brain, in my mind, and just put it on the paper and view it with a visual aspect, and it makes me it makes it very interesting, and I'm happy with that. And another thing that I like to do is also this day it's a passion that I got recently. It's about learning sign languages for deaf people.
For deaf people, wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I really like that one, and because it's a way, or it's a how would I put it? It's an opportunity to me. It's an opportunity for me to be able to discuss with these people and share with them what I have to share with them, and also learn a lot from them, because even though they can't speak, or even though they can't use our language, they have something that they can share with the world. And yeah, it's the one thing I'm passionate about, and yeah.
Well, all right, that's really amazing. And just for you to perform, we just take this last, gift. I mean, what you've been, learning so recently, and I'll just, give one sentence. You try to show us the signs.
Okay.
And
no
then I
problem.
try to hurry up, and
Okay.
I hope it's gonna be easy for you because it's a very short sentence. It was really wonderful to be with you guys today. I really loved the moment. It was so special.
It was so wonderful to be with you.
It was so wonderful to be with you guys. I really liked the moment. It was so special.
Okay. It was so wonderful to be with you guys. I really loved the moment. It was so great,
special.
so special. It was so wonderful to be with you guys.
It's taking long,
okay.
so wait. Ah! Wow, hey. So guys, I'm really, really thankful. This is the end of our show, but it's just so hard to get the common ground about what we've been talking about, whether it's good or bad to maintain or just, give up, the dowry practice in the country. We've been able to see that, we should let the new couples or people about to get married to fulfill their purpose without any setback behind, without any people forcing them to do the way they want it. That's why sometimes we just have to understand the feelings of each and everyone. We just need the families to be the facilitators, not bullies. But also we need to see whether it's still relevant, though we know that the culture is very special for each and every country in the world. We have to see whether it's still for a positive, aspect, or whether it's just, not helping the country to evolve and to move forward, because we know without strong families, even the communities will be weak and the whole country will suffer from that. So just say thank you, but I feel I just want to ask you the last word. Thank you guys thank you Eric for your time, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, so thank you. It was really amazing, and it was very engaging. It was an engaging time where we were learning actually. It wasn't not only discussing, debating, but also learning, because this is a concept within ourselves. So talking about it and learning about it is something very special. So thank you very much for the invitation, and I even hope that in the future, if possible, so I mean, coming here again won't be something bad. I mean, I would appreciate coming here again and talk with you again.
Wow, it's really a pleasure. Okay. And also, thank you, Brother Destin, for your time and your participation, the standpoint.
I can't see how to put all this into words and to say how much I'm grateful for being with you in BNP studio, with you having this meaningful, important discussion on dowry. And I think it's a thing that all Burundians, especially for young people, to know and to be critical about it, to how do we understand it, because it's a part of our culture and it's all our duty to understand how are these things and how we should approach them. And I'm so very thankful and for offered us this opportunity and invite us to discuss about this, and I'm very thankful for that. And I also hope that in the future, maybe near or in the future, in the far future, nobody knows, I would be happy and very grateful to come back to share again with you and with any other person who are watching this program, this emission, the BNP TV, or maybe who will be watching or who will be watching it in many years to come as well. And I think that it will be great and awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. We are really humbled, guys, and I promise that I will invite you again. Sure. Maybe in the near or far future, as you said. They just leave, and we just thank also our viewers for staying with us, and we ask them to stay connected with BNP TV, and they are pride for us. See you.